The Ediacara biota does appear very suddenly, and the conventional explanation for that is, well, there have been many explanations over the years, but the one that makes most sense is perhaps that there was a rise in oxygen concentration in the atmosphere and shallow hydrospheres, shallow oceans at that time, and that allowed the development of larger metazoans, which would have had a greater requirement for molecular oxygen for their respiration. And I think there's some support for that proposition in the geological record, in that when you look at the tectonic setting, the arrangements of plates, continental plates at that time, you see that there were a number of narrow so-called rift oceans that started forming after 1 billion years. And narrow oceans like that have poor circulation of waters, so the bottom waters tend to be anoxic, free of oxygen. So any organic matter that was present in the plankton settling in those oceans would have had a greater chance of being buried in the sediments. And that results in release of oxygen to the atmosphere. So there seems to have been more burial of organic matter in that period immediately prior to the Ediacaran than at other times. And the natural consequence of that would have been a rise of oxygen, and maybe that was the trigger for the advent of large metazoans.